Hello everyone, my name is Shantha Dickinson and I'm the Deputy Chief Fire Officer for Hampshire and the Isle of Wight Fire and Rescue Service. My job is to help lead all of our firefighters and to make sure they're doing their very best to keep all of you safe. Today I'm really excited because I'm going to read you a story all about a trip to a local river where the children have a lovely day splashing around and fishing and catching fish. They learn all about how to stay safe when you're near water and why it's important to wear your wellies to protect your feet. School was closed for the day, so Kit and Lydia spent the day with their friends at Susie the Childminder's house. Can we go to the river? Asked Kit. Oh yes, that would be wonderful. Please can we go to the river, Susie? Begged Lydia. Well, it is a lovely day, said Susie. A really lovely day, said Sanjay. A really, really lovely day, said Kit and Lydia. Oh, okay, smiled Susie, but it's too cold to swim. We could paddle, suggested Sanjay. You can paddle if you promise to wear your wellies. Murph, can you please help everyone find their wellies in the garage? Lydia was very excited and raced to the garage to be the first to find her wellies. Murph unlocked the garage door. The children ran inside and gazed around. The garage was piled high with all the useful things that Susie didn't want to throw away. Oh, look, said Sanjay. I found a lovely big bucket. I wonder if Susie will let us borrow it. I'm sure she will, said Kit, but ask her nicely. Kit found his net tucked behind Murph's bike. Eventually, amongst the garage treasures, the children found all they needed for their trip to the river. They rushed back up to the kitchen, leaving Murph to lock up. Is everyone ready? Asked Susie. Yes, the children smiled. The river is a short walk from Susie the Childminder's house. The children and Susie walked down the lane, past the church and over the bridge into the meadow. Oh, I love it out here, said Lydia, taking a deep breath. Me too, said Kit. Current is very fast here, said Susie the Childminder. Let's walk a little further up the stream to find a safer place to play. Good idea, said Lydia, leading the way. Go carefully, Lydia, called Murph. Don't get too close to the edge. The river is deep here by the weir. Okay, agreed Lydia. She moved away from the edge and took hold of Murph's hand. They arrived at a safe spot by the river where they met Ben and Thomas, two children from the village. Ben and Thomas were with their daddy Mark. Lydia sat down and started to take off her wellies. What are you doing, Lydia? Asked Kit. I'm just taking off my wellies so that I can go for a paddle. But remember, Susie said we had to promise to wear our wellies in the river, said Sanjay. Sanjay is right, said Susie. There may be sharp objects which you cannot see on the riverbed. Oh, okay, said Lydia, pulling her wellies back on. Kit and Sanjay found a safe place to step into the river where the sides were not too steep or slippery and began fishing. Everyone was having a lovely time catching minnows. Look, said Murph, a mummy duck and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 babies. How sweet. One of the ducklings was very slow. Lydia was worried that he might get left behind, or maybe he might get lost in the reeds. She wanted to follow the ducklings to make sure that they were okay. Noticing that Susie was busy chatting to Mark, Lydia snuck off up the river to follow the ducks. Lydia began to sing, 5 little ducks went swimming one day, over the hill and far away. She turned the bend in the river and caught sight of something yellow in a clump of riverweed. Oh no, the poor duckling, cried Lydia. As Lydia got closer, she realised that it wasn't a real duckling after all, but a plastic one with the number 4 painted on it. Silly me, said Lydia to herself. This duck must have been left behind after the duck race. Lydia leaned to pick up the duck, but as she did, so she lost her welly. The welly got swept away in the current before Lydia had a chance to grab it. Lydia was tired and fed up. She began paddling up the stream towards the others, clutching the plastic duck. Ouch! Screamed Lydia. Something really bad had happened. She had stepped on something sharp and cut her foot. Lydia hobbled back upstream, trying not to cry. Susie put a plaster on Lydia's foot and decided it was time to go home. They waved goodbye to Ben and Thomas and set off for Susie's house. After lunch, Daniel and Nathan arrived. Hello, boys. What would you like to do this afternoon? Asked Susie. Could we go to the river? Asked Daniel. Trouble is, we've had quite enough excitement at the river for one day, said Murph. We could play under the hose in the garden, suggested Nathan. It's really sunny now. We can get the super soakers from the garage, said Sanjay. I wondered if you'd noticed them, said Susie. Oh yes, grinned Kit. We'd noticed. Oh, I'm so glad Lydia got home safe and sound after hurting herself in the river. Will you remember Susie's tips for staying safe next time you visit? Thank you for listening. Bye.